Oh, I reckon I love it. Look how cute it is.
Am hysg syniadau. Rwyf cael eglwys annibynnol I Gymru yn holl... Am hysg syniadau. Rwyf cael eglwys annibynnol I Gymru a 2 prifysgol Cymreig. Am hysg syniadau. Rwyf cael eglwys annibynnol I Cymru a 2 prifysgol newydd Cymreig yn holl bwysig I dyfodol Cymru. He's a prince and there's a king and he rules Wales and Lloegr.
Okay, England.
England, but Wales doesn't like that. He rules Wales, so Owain Glyndwr fights back, and instead of being the prince, he wants to be the king because then he will rule Wales instead of him, because he has like evil rules, like not one Wales person can like have a permanent job, no Wales person can own a mansion or a castle, no like that. Like, tough ones.
Okay. So what happened to him in the end?
So basically he wanted to keep everyone safe, so he ran off and no one knows where he went or how he died. And people say he's still here around us and he's still in our heart.
Oh, well that's lovely. Shall we have a snack?
Yeah.
Okay. Hello everyone, I'm Heather. It is the 22nd day of Shorty September and we are not on our 22nd book, we are on our 24th book. What? Crazy. Okay, I haven't decided what I'm going to do with my surplus, you know, of being 2 books ahead of schedule. I think, you know, I mean, I could just allow myself to be like more lax with it. Like maybe, you know, the book that we have today takes me a little bit longer. I could take 2 days. But I'm thinking if I can keep it going, I might end Shorty September 2 days early. What? Because I've got this marathon thing coming up. Stress. And my mom is coming to do it with me. So she's coming like the last 2 days of September, first of all, just like get ready for that. So I don't know, maybe to just like give myself a chill right before this race, like just before anxiety takes me completely over, having to also do Shorty September as well as that. I might just give it a miss on like the 29th of September, but we'll see what happens. I don't know what we're doing yet. Today's book is one that I'm super excited about, but which, now that I'm thinking, now that I've like read a couple chapters in, may not be so good for my anxiety. I've got like a lot of anxiety building up now, and now I have to start sort of like worrying about the books that I read maybe like causing extra anxiety. I'm not in a great place. So we'll see what happens, but I am excited about it. I think it's gonna be really good. Loads of people say it's amazing, and normally it would be the book for me because I'm into this sort of thing. But my headspace at the minute is a bit delicate, so we'll see. But it is Moon of the Crusted Snow, and loads of people have been on about how amazing it is, and also that there is a sequel coming out like either next month or the month after. So I love to eagerly anticipate a sequel. I love it. So if I read this, fall in love with it, and then sit on the edge of my seat going next, maybe pre-order the sequel, you know, get into it, that would be super exciting. But it is about roughly the collapse of society. I love a good post-apocalyptic tome, me, but I'm working with a lot of anxiety in my actual life at the minute, so I don't need like extra anxiety feels, if you know what I mean. And already like a couple pages in, it takes place on Anishinaabe land, so it's like an Anishinaabe community in Canada. And they sort of live their lives quite off-grid anyway, not fully, but just sort of, they're quite far north, they're quite sort of rural and isolated. So they only recently got sort of like reliable like cell phone service and things like that. They were sort of like running their community on diesel generators in the not too distant past, you know, and they have all these sort of backup things for when those things sort of flicker out, and they do sort of commonly do that. But now they're sort of getting a bit worried because all of the things have flickered off and have been off for quite a while now. So usually it's only just satellite service, or, you know, just electricity, or, you know, something like that. But everything's off. No TV, no cell phone, no internet. They've lost contact with like the hydroelectric dam, you know, up the way. They're starting to sort of like, you know, get a bit uneasy now. But they've turned on their generators, you know. They're like, okay, so something's up. It's probably nothing, you know, but until we sort it out, we'll flick on the generators, let everyone know, let the community know. And like nobody has any ability to phone each other, so they're working on like what they're calling the moccasin telegraph. So like it's always like just one person that sort of like goes around and tells everyone like the news about stuff, or like collects people for work and stuff like that. So they're clearly in a better position than, you know, loads of other places in North America to sort of withstand this kind of collapse of modern technology and modern sort of life. But it's still, you know, worrying. What's happened to the satellites? What's happened to the electricity people and the dam people? What's going on? Anxiety. Okay, so I may or may not have gone to the bookstore today for a browse, light browse. Not to get anything, just to visit the books, if you will, okay? To be among them and feel comforted by their presence. But then I did buy some accidentally, you know, like I just blacked out and then suddenly I've bought these books. But I think we should have a chat about them because they are really good, okay? So 1, Claire Keegan Foster, okay? So I read her Small Things Like These yesterday and loads of people were like, oh, I love Small Things Like These. But you know what I loved even more? Her other one, Foster. And then I found out it's a motherfucking movie as well. It's an Irish language movie and it's on Amazon. What? So the book that I was going to do for my second round of half and half shorts was like a book and a movie. That one's really good. Can't remember the name of it. I might still do that one. But I think for this round, I'm going to replace it with this one because I'm super excited about it now. I want to get that like Irish language movie out straight away. Okay. Next one. Richard Brautigan. The Hawkline Monster, a gothic western. What? Richard Brautigan, I read that one as well yesterday, one of them, and I felt like intensely that Richard Brautigan was going to be the kind of person for me, but that maybe that one wasn't so much for me. I gave it 3 stars, but I feel like there's potential there that I would love another one. So I was talking to a couple people. One of them, In Watermelon Sugar, was recommended to me, and I thought, oh, I should get that one. But then also I was thinking there was like a Confederate General one. I was also thinking about that one. That one seems nice. But then I was also told that he had a Western, and that seems really weird. And when you read the back, it seems really wild and just feel like I need to have this weird fucker in my life. That's what I needed. So I got that one. Okay. Last one is Fear Street by R.L. Stine. Night Games. I have loads of these, of like the new covers of the Fear Street sort of like re-editions, but I don't have this one, and Bert just read it, of Siân and Bert at Past Story Time, and you know, now I needed to get it, as you do. Okay, now I'm gonna go running, okay, then I'm gonna have a sandwich, and then we're gonna talk about what else I bought today, okay, because it's cool, and then I may or may not go drinking, okay, with some friends. Now this is the week before the marathon, okay, loads of people online, they're like, right, the month of September, I am going to go full healthy, only specific proteins, okay, salad, no overeating, okay, 3 bottles of water every day at minimum, no drinking, okay, and I was like, I'm not doing that, okay, but now it's literally a week before, and I feel like if I am going to do that, like, I need to do it now. Like, I feel like a week is the absolute minimum for this kind of situation if I'm going to get on board. So do I want to go drinking with friends? Because there's also another thing tomorrow where I have to go drinking with different friends. So if I do the one today, I should really do the one tomorrow as well. So, you know, like in for penny, in for a pound, I can't really just pick one of them, or can I? Should I just go to the one tomorrow? Like, you know, what? I'm gonna go running, and then we'll talk about it. Okay, do you want to see what else I bought today? Are you ready? Okay, so Anwen plays violin at school, and we first got her violin for school when she was in year 2. So she's in year 4 now. That was 2 years ago. I think she was like just barely 6 years old. And so we had to get like a 1/4 size one. And then there's like the half size one. And then there's like a 3/4 size one. And the 3/4 size one is the one she needs now. So like her teacher was like, your violin is too small. So it's like, you need to get a bigger one. So I finally got her a bigger one. I got her the 3/4 size one. And it is freaking awesome. Hold on, I'll show you now. Okay, are you ready? What? It's blue! Oh my god. It's so amazing, and it's so much bigger. Like, you'd think, oh, it's a violin, it's not that big, but like the one that she had, oh my god, was clearly way too small. I feel like I've really failed her in this by like not like increasing her violin size in like normal segments, but like increasing it in huge jumps. Look how friggin' cool it looks. They also had a purple one, but they were out of the 3/4 size. Had the full size, and I was like, could I sort of go a bit over? Because like they say full quarter size from about 10 years old, and she's 8. So I was like, ooh, should I do it? But then I thought, no, like I don't want to like, you know, ruin her time, like her violin playing time by sort of like giving her something that's too big. Okay, now, should I go drinking? Oh, it's a worry. Like, I do want to sort of hang out. Maybe I'll just go hang out and not drink. I don't know. It'll be weird. Like, I feel like in this country, if you go somewhere where everyone is drinking and you don't drink, people are like, she's pregnant. It's happening. You gotta fight them off. You're like, I swear to God, that's not it. I'm running a half marathon. They're like, oh, of course, oh, the half marathon. So, it'll be weird if I don't drink when I go over there, but, maybe I'll have shandies, like, you know, beer and lemonade together, so it sort of, like, pads it out a bit, and then maybe if I'll nurse those, just have 1 or 2, like, how does it work, you know, the drinking of alcohol before a race or whatever, does it hinder performance and stuff if you just have any at all? Like, now there's alcohol in you, and your body has to process that, and then if you're gonna have a little bit, you might as well have a load, or is it that having less like really is genuinely going to be helpful? I don't know. I'm probably just going to go over and have shandies, and then tomorrow have shandies because it'll also be weird there. Okay, I finished it, and I love the crap out of that. It was super good. 5 stars. Like, it's not just a sort of post-apocalyptic like society collapse story. It's also a bit of a creature feature. It's got like old school native monster legend aspects, which did not see coming, but I fully appreciated. And it's a bit like the Blue Book of Nebo, which I also loved, where the narrators, like the people who are telling the story, are so remote and sort of removed from everyone that they don't actually know what has happened. They just know some sort of cataclysm has befallen humanity. And then the books, like both that one and this book, end, like, no spoilers, but you never really find out what it is that's happened. Okay, you just know that lights have gone down, communication has gone dark, the world has collapsed, basically, and you're just like getting on the best you can with what you have. They do get like a bit of a glimpse of sort of the real chaos and everything when 2 teenage members of the community who were away in like a slightly larger city in Canada for school come home having seen some shit. Like, they're lucky to be there. Like, their escape from the city was like by the skin of their teeth. But otherwise, the sort of people in the community, they're sort of just living their lives, and the only sort of glimpses they get of what's going on outside are when sort of refugees sort of show up, like people sort of from outside the community who stumble upon their community, you know, for refuge, like looking for like food and shelter and stuff. I don't want to say any more. I don't want to spoil it, but it is also a Wendigo story. Like, the Wendigo monster dude who is he always like turns into this monster guy who like kills and eats people, and he starts out as just like a normal person who is sort of corrupted by the worst parts of humanity, like, you know, like greed and lust and like, you know, just savagery and hatred like overtakes him and turns him into a monster, and he just eats people like that. And there's an element of that in this, which I fully enjoyed. Okay, I looked up the sequel, and it's Moon of the Turning Leaves, and it comes out on the 10th of October. But I don't know if maybe it comes out on the 10th of October in America and then is delayed here in the UK. But I tried to see if I could pre-order it, and it says it wouldn't get to me until the 1st of November. So I might actually have, like, it depends on how desperate I am for it. But I might have my mom like buy it for me in the store on the 10th of October and then just send it to me, and I feel like it would get to me faster. But like, to be fair, do I need it to get to me faster? Like, probably not. I do this all the time. I'm like, I need to have it on the day, and then it sits on my shelf for a year. So maybe I'll just order it for the 1st of November. It's fine. Okay, tomorrow's book was gonna be A Single Man, which I am really excited to do, and I probably will do it anyway, because like after I hit all of the prompts 2 times, I'm going to circle around for a third on a couple of them. So I think I'll hit that one again, just because I do really want to read the book and watch the movie. But I'm currently, in my mind, obsessed with Claire Keegan. So what I'm going to do instead for tomorrow, switching it out, we're going to read Foster and then watch the Irish language movie, which is called, I think, A Quiet Girl or something like that on Amazon. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Okay, if you've gotten this far, thank you for watching. Thank you again. If you have any questions for me, anything, continue hitting me with what you're reading for Shorty September, because I'm loving that. Thank you so much. And I will see you tomorrow. Okay, bye.